Have you ever felt like you're in a valley of despair, surrounded by situations that feel completely lifeless, hopeless, and dead? It's a feeling we all know, a place where dreams seem to have turned to dust. The prophet Ezekiel knew this feeling intimately. The Bible tells us he was brought by the Spirit of the Lord to a valley, but it wasn't a place of green pastures. It was a valley full of dry bones. Imagine the scene. As far as the eye could see, a desolate landscape littered with sun-bleached, brittle bones. A graveyard of hopes, a symbol of a nation that felt utterly cut off and forgotten. The silence must have been deafening, broken only by the wind whistling through the skeletons. It was the very picture of absolute finality. God then asks Ezekiel a question that echoes through the ages, a question he might be asking you right now. Son of man, can these bones live? Think about that. In the face of overwhelming evidence of death, God asks about life. Ezekiel's answer is one of profound humility and faith. O sovereign Lord, you alone know. He didn't say yes. He didn't say no. He deferred to the one whose power is limitless. He acknowledged that what seems impossible for us is just another Tuesday for God. This is the first crucial step for us too, admitting our limitations and turning our focus to His unlimited power. Then comes the command. God tells Ezekiel to prophesy, to speak life into this dead situation. Prophesy to these bones and say to them, "Dry bones, hear the word of the Lord." Can you imagine how strange that must have felt? Speaking to inanimate objects, declaring life over death. It's a powerful lesson. Our words, when aligned with God's will, carry creative force. We are called to speak words of faith, hope, and life over the dry bones in our own lives, our finances, our relationships, our health, our dreams. And as Ezekiel obeyed, something miraculous happened. A rattling sound filled the valley as the bones began to shake and move, finding their rightful place, clicking together to form complete skeletons. It was the first sign of an impossible reversal. The impossible was starting to happen, but they were still just skeletons, lifeless structures. The job wasn't finished. There was more to the process of restoration. Next, God commanded Ezekiel to prophesy again, this time for sinews and flesh to cover the bones. And just as he spoke, muscles and skin formed, creating bodies that looked human but still lacked the essential element: breath. This shows us that restoration is often a step-by-step process. It might not happen all at once. We might see the structure coming back together, but still feel like the life is missing. Don't be discouraged. God is methodical in His miracles. Finally, the ultimate command. Prophesy to the breath and say, "This is what the sovereign Lord says. Come, breath, from the four winds and breathe into these slain, that they may live." As Ezekiel spoke these words, the breath of life, the very Spirit of God, entered them. They stood up on their feet, no longer a valley of bones, but a vast, living army. A testament to a God who doesn't just repair, He resurrects. He doesn't just mend, He makes new. This story isn't just an ancient tale. It's a promise for you, today. That valley you're in, that situation that looks completely beyond hope, God is asking you, can these bones live? He wants to breathe His life into your dead places. He is the God of restoration, the one who can turn a graveyard into an army and a valley of despair into a field of victory. All He asks is for our obedience and our faith to speak His word. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey through the Valley of Dry Bones. If this story has inspired you, please hit that like button and subscribe for more content that brings faith to life. We'd love to have you as part of our community. God bless.